Hey, I'm John Shadid. Y'all remember me? Back in the day, Focus. This is one-on-one with Focus. See this right here?
That's right.
This is one-on-one with Focus because I always represent my Army military service. So, but right here today, I got one of my buddies with me. He's a veteran also.
That's right.
And this is Brother Rock.
All right, what's up now? How you
Rock
doing,
Box.
man? Baby. What's
Yeah.
up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? I'll go by Rock Box. Michael J. Netherly. I'm the president of City Heart Veteran Council up at Cabrillo. You know, anytime y'all need any resources, anything for the veterans, we got you over there. We also give out food and everything on Thursdays over there. And if, like I said, if you just need any kind of resources to help you out to get back on your feet or whatever, that's the spot to go to. You can get clothes for interviews, shoes, documentation and all that, for City Heart and everything over there too.
Hey, Rock, let me ask you this, man. So how long you been at, see, I got there I've been in villages at Cabrillo for 7 years. And, getting my service connection and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But first thing I want to say is that my show is dedicated to all of the black women and all women that's been in my life.
That's right.
I'm going to put more, you'll know more about it at the end of the show when I do the credits, because that's when I'll show everything that I'm talking about. And also I want to mention, I have a cousin in Kansas City. He's not doing so well, so pray for him.
Yeah.
His name is Terry Dixon.
Okay.
So please pray for my cousin,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get back with my buddy right here. See, it's just like we in the park talking, right?
That's right.
That's how, if I had the background and all that, I'll hook it up. But just give me some time and I'll get all that going.
That's right.
The reason why I have on this mask, not because it's COVID and nothing like that. I just got to get my grill fixed,
That's right.
I don't want to disrespect my fans and my fan base by coming, half-stepping.
That's right.
But
That's right.
anyway, let me get back to my buddy.
Okay, for sure.
And because he the talented one, right? So I'm gonna let y'all check him out. Rock.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you first got to the villages, tell me about your military service first, man.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm a Desert Storm veteran. Yeah,
Right.
I went to Desert Storm in '91, and when I came back, I ended up getting stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, 101 Airborne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was over there too, second 101 Aviation.
Right.
Yeah, I was over there with the helicopter.
Yeah.
I was in aviation.
That helicopter regiment, man, is the same helicopter regiment that got Bin Laden. Right?
Yeah. We had.
They went over there.
I think in our particular unit we had Black Hawks, and we had UH-60s. We had those, and then every now and then, I think we had one or two scout helicopters, D-58s. Right. Yeah, so I know all about them because I was a supply specialist when I was over there, so I used to order all the parts and everything.
That's
so I know a lot about it. Yeah, I know a lot about the aviation.
I was stationed at Fort Campbell.
Yeah,
I was
that's
the
right.
CO's driver, right?
Right.
And I was attached to the 86th Combat Support Hospital Unit.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was real cool, because I'd be going to Hoptown. You know Hoptown.
Man, y'all know about some Hoptown,
That's
man.
right. At Clarksville.
Yeah, at Clarksville. I stayed in Clarksville.
Yeah, that's where I lived
in
at.
Clarksville. I ended up staying because I got married. I had a daughter.
Right.
And I got an apartment up in Clarksville, outside the base.
Right.
So I stayed over there. I think over there close by the Riverside Park over there.
Right.
Off of the what's that? What was that? 440 or something they had out there? That one big road? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to take that road because I would take Captain Esmond's wife to Nashville to shop.
Okay, yeah.
And
Nashville was
we would take that highway.
Right.
It was like 65 miles.
Yep.
It was cool. It was real cool.
Nashville kind of surprised me. I didn't know it was that. Nashville was actually pretty cool.
Man, they got 2 black colleges in Nashville.
Yeah.
They got Fisk University.
Yeah.
And they got Tennessee State University.
Sure do. Yeah.
And that's where Oprah, she went to Tennessee State.
Okay, my daughter went to Fisk.
Right.
Yeah, my daughter went to Fisk.
We would go there, the soldiers. We would go leave Fort Campbell, and we would go there to their homecoming games.
Right, yeah.
And they be serving, they had a buffet, man, and they be serving soul food.
Okay, what? Right.
Oxtails, cornbread.
Now, one thing I can't say, man.
Cornbread.
One thing I can't say, they had some good food down there.
Right.
They had some good food down
Yeah.
there. They really did, man. And then, what tripped me out down there was the KFC.
Right.
Because the KFC down there tastes man. I guess the original recipe is down there.
Right, that's right. Well, the lady that made that KFC, she sold that recipe to that Colonel.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders, yeah.
Yeah, because really, it was her recipe.
Right.
And in Kentucky, if you remember, when you was in Kentucky, when they would show that Kentucky Colonel, they would show that brother.
Yep, sure did. Yeah.
With the chef hat on,
Yep.
And
That's the
I
truth.
remember that, man. I used to wonder why on the West Coast we never would see that.
No, you just see the white dude with the beard or whatever.
Right. But on the East Coast they show the brother.
Yeah, they
and
sure
in
do.
Kentucky,
Yeah, they sure do.
So matter of fact, I'm gonna show that picture next time I do my show.
Right.
I'm gonna show some pictures of that.
Right.
But so I'm really thankful to be back in action, man.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm happy for you too, man.
I'm glad you rescued me, brother, because my other guests didn't show up,
That's cool though, man.
And,
I'm surprised. I apologize for the time I got kind of caught up over there with the Veteran Council over there.
Yeah, if I was James Brown, I would take money from him.
Look, I know, right? Hey, I seen a deal the other day about James Brown was talking to Eddie Murphy. He told him, when you die, bury your money in the woods.
Right.
Yeah, he say bury your money in the wood.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I was saying before, I was in 101 Airborne.
Right.
And I got out. I ended up doing the National Guard in Texas.
Oh yeah.
I did my National Guard time in Texas, up in Austin, Texas. And so when I did that, I actually got back into the music too.
Right.
I actually getting a job with the city of Austin writing parking tickets. I was a parking enforcement officer.
Okay.
And but by me working downtown on 6th Street and everything, I was already in the mix. So say sometimes I'll be on one of my beats or whatever, working or whatever. My lunchtime, I stop into one of them spots, and see what they had going on or whatever. And then if they had an open mic coming up or something, I would audition right then and there.
Right,
This is what I do, and I start beatboxing and rapping or whatever.
Right.
Next thing you know, I got a spot.
Right.
So that's how I was getting in,
Right.
So them spots, so by me doing the open mics, it led me into bigger shows. And then I hooked up with a dude named Mo Jams down there that was from Shreveport, Louisiana. He was a veteran too.
Yeah. Hey man, check this out. I met a brother at the plaza today.
Mm-hmm.
He works in he works in the fumigation part, right?
Okay.
And I asked him what did he do, and he told me he wrote music. He wrote beats and stuff.
Okay.
So I never really got into that because of my DJing and stuff, right?
Yeah, got you, right.
But that was like my hobby. So I really loved doing that. But getting technical and doing beats, I wouldn't mind learning how to do that.
Right,
You know,
right.
because you never get too old to learn.
No. And you'd be surprised, like, you know, and one thing about doing that, you know, producing or making beats, you know, they try to put an age limit on everything, but that's one of them, they ain't got no age limit.
Right.
Because you behind the scenes anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're a good beat maker, you're a good beat maker no matter
Right.
how old you are. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
'Cause I know some youngsters like 15, 16 years old that can do it,
Right.
you know? And then I know folks that's older too, you know, they can do it. So it's never, because you're behind the scenes anyway.
Right.
And it's a good field to be in because, you know, you can put your music out on so many platforms.
Right. Right.
These days, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because everything
yeah.
is at your fingertips. So
Right.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to connect me some beats up, man. So, you know, cause, man, like I go to the gym 3 times a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other days I ride my bike.
Yeah, gotcha.
You know, I be needing something to do, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I could sit in my room on my patio. You know, I could sit on my patio and make up beats. You know,
Right.
Cause then when I do my shows like this,
You can have your
I
own
can have
beats.
my own
Yeah.
beats,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
and I'll have different guests. You
Uh-huh.
know, like let me check this out. Like we're about halfway.
Uh-huh.
We're about halfway right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you do your thing for about. You know, you can. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Just do some rap right quick.
Okay.
Or
Gotcha.
do you need me to pause this?
Yeah, with the music, yeah, because
Okay,
I could go
I'ma
live.
pause it.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all.
Yeah. Just.
This, you know, this is my first show, so don't trip. Okay, just chill.
Right. All right.
Okay, brother.
Okay, how y'all doing, man? I go by Rockbox. You know, y'all can check me out on all digital platforms. So, ROCBOX, y'all, Rockbox. And right now, I'm gonna do a little acapella rap, and then I'm gonna get into some beatboxing and let y'all know what I do. This is something I wrote back in the day. I had a record deal offer with Universal, and they wanted me to do something gangster. And at the time, I was working the second job, and I used to do all my writing at my second job. So I went to the second job that night, and instead of me coming up with something gangster, this is what I came up with. Okay. So I'm going to let y'all hear it. Check this out. I'm going to snap my fingers. There you go. Okay. Commit a 311, turn to a 187. It's either hell or heaven. Somebody better call my reverend. I feel my soul's lost. What is the final cost? Try to buck better duck or hell, I have to break you off. Won't test me, press me, lest we know that this world distress me. It's time to take a stand. Stop working for that other man. I don't mind when them haters try to bring the drama. Don't know life without a 20 sack of marijuana. Pray for the next day. I got to pray for a better way. Gotta take control. Gotta save my soul. Make tomorrow a better day. Want me to get with ya. Hey, don't let me hit ya. Visualize these pictures, spit in brown rock of scripture. Now let me rock the mic, break it down proper like it's time to rock the night. Is it wrong to rock? Having more than one hustle. Hey, keeping my game tight. They say, do unto others. They shall have done unto you. If you crack a bruise, spoke a blunder too. Hey, what? Commit a 311, turn to a 187. It's either hell or heaven. Somebody better call my reverend. I feel my soul's lost. What is the final cost? Try to buck better duck or hey, I have to break you off.
That's right.
Rockbox, y'all.
That's right. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's good, brother.
Rockbox, yeah.
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
Yeah, see, you know what?
Man.
That's real, man. That's
That's
some art,
right.
and that's real talent, man.
Oh yeah.
you know, I never really got into. I tried doing that, but it just didn't work out because, you know, when I was DJ back in the day in the clubs, you know, we would mix, and the owner of the club, he wanted you to keep everybody dancing.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know, he said, well, after about 2 hours of that, then he'd have a floor show, right? And then brothers would come in and do their thing.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
And that was at the Showcase back in the day.
Right,
and,
right.
on Adams and Crenshaw.
Oh, okay, right. Them the
And,
cuts, man. Man.
back in the early '80s, I had just got out the military.
Right, gotcha.
You know, it was on, man.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
But, yeah, so that's very good talent. You're very talented, brother.
Yeah, thank you,
and
man.
God bless you, man.
Yeah,
you know,
much love, man. That's cool, man.
So, you know, we're going to have to do some more. I'd like to do a show for the veterans, man.
Gotcha.
I'd like to do a show for the veterans and put on a benefit, man.
Yeah.
You know, and have all the proceeds, you know, go to the youth. See, I want to do this youth program where back in the day, remember back when we was in school, we used to have wood shop, electric shop, home ed, automotive, you know, welding. You know, we need more of that. We need our youth to be able to go to those type of schools.
Yeah.
So everybody's not college material, you know?
Right.
So they'll have something to fall back on.
Yeah, trade.
Because see, personally, you know, I learned how to weld. And then my stepdad, he was a tailor. He made clothes.
Right.
You know? And so did my mom.
Okay.
You know? And my mom also, she was a federal government employee.
Okay.
You know, so we used to always have to keep our nose clean because we didn't want to blow being able to get a government job. Because back in the day, that was where the African American community could get ahead if they had a government job, you know.
Right.
And so that was very crucial to my upbringing, you know.
Right.
That's why my mom would always tell me, see, I grew up, I was a mama's boy, right? And so my mom would always tell me, don't let them boys get you in no trouble. And I'd be like, hey, Mom, I'm the leader. I'm the one with the car.
Yeah.
Most of them don't have no car, you know?
Right.
And that's why I didn't have time back in them days to be running around with no gangs, because I had to keep my car running. I had a job. I worked at the Hollywood Park racetrack.
Got you, right.
You know?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the Hollywood racetrack.
One time when I was working at the Hollywood Park racetrack, I was passing out brochures, and I gave a brochure to Frank Sinatra.
What?
And he gave me $100 bill, man. I'll never forget that.
What?
And he patted me on my head. He said, hey, kid, when you grow up, make sure you tip. And I didn't know what he meant.
Man,
so when I went home and I told my dad, I said, yeah. He said, where'd you get that? I said, look, Dad, $100 bill. He said, in one day, where'd you get that from? And I told him, Mr. Sinatra at the track. He was like, boy, you a lucky son of a gun.
Right. Hey, you know, I wanted to say something on top of that, man. I remember when we went to the Chargers football game. You remember that?
Yeah.
Now, check this out, man. The one thing, and it's something I remember because by you saying that, you had told me, you say, man, I always make sure you got something to tip them. Because remember, we had game and they catered to us, remember?
Right.
With the wheelchairs and everything. Remember all that? Yeah, and you told me that, and ever since you told me that, I've been like that all the time. Like when I go travel and stuff now, I make sure I got something in my pocket to tip.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, you gotta show that gratitude.
Right.
So
that's
you know,
important.
and now I see where you got it from. Yeah, because I ain't never heard that story. You just told me what to do, and that was it.
Yeah. Because see, that's one thing about Frank, man. You know, I used to read about Frank Sinatra, see, because he wouldn't perform in a certain spot if Sammy couldn't perform there.
Right, yeah.
And back then, with the Jim Crow, how they used to do us back. And man, I'm 68, and Jim Crow, that wasn't that long ago,
Yeah,
But
right.
now we got a black woman running for president. They say, well, is she black? I guarantee you this. Kamala Harris been black longer than Donald Trump being a Republican, okay?
Right,
and
that's
so
right.
that's some real talk right there.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
right, that's right.
And before I want y'all to know, when you vote, make sure when you vote, you do these three things,
Okay.
right? Okay, and this is by Jim Brown. Jim Brown said this.
Okay.
First thing you do is you eliminate the negative.
Okay.
The second thing you do is establish the facts.
Right.
And the third is choose your best option.
Mm-hmm.
So in one corner, you got Trump, and in the other corner, you got Kamala Harris, right?
Yeah, right.
So eliminate the negative. What? How many counts was that?
34.
34 counts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there he.
Yeah, that's man.
I don't have to say no more.
I know exactly.
So
yeah.
that's that, and the reason why I bring that up because of Brother Jim Brown, I was blessed enough to work with him back in the '90s in the '80s when he had that America I Can program.
Yeah, gotcha.
And we was working with the gang members in L.A.
Okay, right,
And,
right.
it was so amazing that he had the power of them brothers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And them brothers used to look up to him. And I seen a lot of them brothers change their ways just toward me, because by me growing up in Inglewood, they automatically said, you a blood. And I'm like, I got friends that was Crips too. So I didn't claim no set.
Right.
Because I grew up, I wanted to be like G.I. Joe. Okay?
Right.
It ain't no strange reason why I got on this camouflage, because I grew up, I lived on 101st Street in Inglewood, and I ended up going to the Army at the 101st Airborne Division. So that meant I grew up on the street, then sooner or later I was gonna be a soldier for it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, they said I was a natural.
Right.
And I shot expert with an M16.
That's right.
So I'm a natural soldier. But I took that negative of killing people, I took that, flipped it, and now I help young people
Yeah, that's right.
in the community to not, like my next show is gonna be about letting the young people know what they up against. Because see, the brother Rock, he came on my show. I appreciate the brother came on. But it was a brother that was gonna come on before him who I originally had booked. But he couldn't make it for some reason. But I know life is tough. So Rock took her into place, which was cool.
Right.
Because I was praying on this and it came to pass, and I'm very thankful.
That's
you
right.
know,
That's
I'm
right.
very thankful, and everything with my health and my daughter is graduating from high school.
That's right.
I'm very thankful. So my way to give back to the community is to help the young people
That's right.
understand that this guy got 22 years. And that stung me, because my knees buckled. Because 22 years, I'm like, man, if I lost 22 years of my life, my daughter is 18. I wouldn't even have a daughter. But that's what I always was trying to help young people get jobs and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So we coming to the end. Yeah, we coming to the end of the show.
Yeah.
and got about maybe 5 more minutes. So if anything short you want to say, man.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm also a talent coordinator for VIP Records. We have a podcast that come on every Thursday called VIP All Access. And I'm the one to coordinate all the interviews. I'm the one to get them over there.
Oh,
And it'd be a lot of local artists, and then I'm starting to get a lot of known artists there. And we're having the West Coast Hip Hop Awards this weekend up in Adelanto, and I'm going to be going down there, checking it out and stuff. And if anybody want to get in touch with me, you know, I go by Rockbox, ROCBOX, as far as the music. And you can catch me on Facebook, on Rockbox fan page. Twitter is Netherly2 is my last name, NETHERLY, and the number 2. That's Twitter. Instagram, it'll be Netherly Michael, NETHERLY, the MICHAEL. You can catch me on Instagram with that. And TikTok, it'll be under Michael Netherly 1. So I could be reached, you know what I mean, anytime or whatever. If y'all need to get in touch with me, check out my music and everything that I'm doing. You can check out the Veteran Council. You can check out the VIP every week, or all that stuff, y'all. So I just want to say thank you for having me on the show, man.
Brother.
And much love. I love you, man.
All right.
I love you, man. You my brother. This is my big brother, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, I love you too, man.
That's right.
I
That's
love
my
you
big
back,
brother.
and ain't nothing you
That's
can
right.
do about it. Right?
I know, right?
That's what, you know who tell me that? Tavis Smiley, man.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I want to thank Tavis Smiley.
Okay.
I want to thank Molly Bell, straight out of Compton.
Oh, okay.
You know, I want to thank Dominique DePrima, KBLA radio station.
Mm-hmm.
They the deal, you know,
Right.
and they really open their arms to me. Matter of fact, the next show I do, I'm gonna have their KBLA hat on, cause it's camouflage.
Yeah.
And me being G.I. Joe, I mean
Right.
G.I. John.
Yeah,
you
G.I.
know,
John.
That's what I
right.
turned into, you know. I used to have this little action figure, 2 of them,
Yeah.
right? No, I had 3 G.I. Joes. I had two black ones and a white one.
Right.
And the white one, he was in the Navy.
Okay.
And the
gotcha.
other one was in the Army, and the other one was in the Marines.
Marines. Yep.
So my dad was like, "How come you don't have a black man in the Navy?" I said, "'Cause they say the Marines and the Army, they the grunts."
Right.
So I didn't see too many grunts out there, but it was a lot of brothers when I was in the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of brothers that was they was not command sergeant majors, but they was
NCOs.
no, they was chief warrant officers,
Okay, warrant officers.
helicopter pilots.
Yeah. Right.
Man, this helicopter pilot asked us in Fort Campbell, we training, and he asked us, he said, "How many of you guys here are ready to die for your country?" And we was like 19 years old. I'm gonna end the show with this. And we was like, what? We ain't heard, man, we could join the military so we could go to college. We ain't coming trying to kill ourselves. And then that chief commanding officer told us, well, they training you for war. So sooner or later, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
it's about that time.
Right.
I'm signing off, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank my guests.
Much love. Much love.
And everything else will be in the credits, you know?
That's right.
Thank you, and peace out.
All right.
All praises be to the higher power.
All time. Amen.
Amen. That's
Amen.
it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Allah Akbar.
That's right.